So we did take him down at gunpoint.
Let's get him off the bridge before this crowd turns on him.
No, I'm not leaving. I have every right to be here.
You are. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back. Last time I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll leave then.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay, what are my charges?
Well, you know at the station.
Mind arrest? What's up? Mind arrest? No, not under arrest.
And you guys left me on the bridge by myself in the middle of two rows of people yelling at me. I was the only person up there.
So your excuse for getting me off that bridge so the mob wouldn't turn on me is bull, because you left someone on the bridge by themselves. Lawsuit, Bubba.
The video footage of where Sergeant Nutter comes up and places you under arrest. We did the editing on that. By law, I have to redact everybody's face that's on the bridge out of that because they have a right to privacy.
Did this cop just say that Maine state law requires him to blur out people's faces on body camera footage for their privacy? Weird, because Maine has no such law, and there's no privacy in public to begin with. So this is the Augusta Police Department in Augusta, Maine. On October 18th, Nicholas was attending a No Kings Rally protest. He arrived on an Augusta overpass at approximately 1:30 on the 18th. He began gathering himself together and setting up for the protest when someone noticed he was carrying a BB gun. They immediately called police. Now, what's interesting, in some states like Massachusetts, to carry a firearm, you have to have a license to conceal carry, or a permit, which means the state has to give you permission before you can carry a firearm. But in Maine, that's a constitutional carry state, which means anybody can go and buy a firearm without a permit, license, or permission and can carry it openly. So it doesn't make sense that protesters would call the police because a man was carrying a gun in one of the most pro-gun states that exists. On top of it, it was a BB gun to begin with. Augusta police arrives on scene scared of their own shadow. Now, police always believe the only people that should be able to carry firearms are the police themselves. So even if someone's done nothing wrong and they're in a pro-2A state where they can openly carry a firearm, police will draw down on you. And nothing is different about this story. As soon as they saw this peaceful protester, police drew their firearms and held him at gunpoint. And even though no crime was committed, the sergeant on scene decided to arrest him anyways. But it wasn't because he broke a law. He was trying to appease the protesters on the other side of the street. He was transported to the Augusta Police Department's booking room, where he waited, and then waited some more. When finally the same sergeant who arrested him came out and told him that he wasn't under arrest. You'd think the story ends there, and it doesn't. Police told Nicholas that he was arrested for his safety, because there was only one of him and almost 100 anti-protesters on the other side. But Nicholas wasn't alone. He was with another woman, and the police had no problem leaving her there to fend for herself. Then he calls to get records, copies of the police report and copies of the body cam, when an Augusta police officer tells him that it is Maine state law that they redact and blur every face that shows up. We did quite a bit of digging into the law, and there is no such law at all. In fact, even Augusta's departmental policy only states that on body cam footage, redactions should be personal identifying information, such as birth dates, social security numbers, date of birth, addresses, and in some cases, if it's a noticeable minor. They wound up charging Nick hundreds of dollars because of how much work it took to redact something because of state law where no state law exists. And that's not the only weird part about this story. It gets weirder. When these cops realize they're about to break the law, they all mute their body cams so they can conspire together. But let's not forget the most important part of all. And that part is that Nicholas is suing the Augusta Police Department and is actively seeking to hire an attorney. Keep in mind, folks, Nick was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Part of his right under one of the 5 components of the First Amendment is his right to peaceably assemble and to protest. Part of his Second Amendment right is his right to bear arms. He had broken no laws. He was detained. Without police articulating a crime, they arrested him. When he asked why, they told him they'd let him know at the station. So that way they had enough time to try and make charges up or see if there was anything they could hem Nick up on. He gets to the police department and they tell him that he's not under arrest. So his First, Second, and Fourth Amendment rights were violated. Because of his free speech, he's arrested, cuffed up, put in a vehicle, transported miles away, and then let go just because these police thought they were above the law. And in that moment, they may have thought they were above the law, but they were never above the lawsuit. Let's jump into the video.
Yes, we did take him down at gunpoint, just so you're aware. That just definitely got a lot of attention.
Yep, good.
Now, Officer Rogers just explains to her superior, Sergeant Nutter, that she had to hold Nick at gunpoint. And then all of a sudden, the body cam goes mute. I wonder what it is they have to discuss. Maybe illegally holding a person at gunpoint for no crime or articulable suspicion. This also violates Augusta's protocol and departmental policy, where body cams should never be muted or interrupted during an interaction or an investigation. But folks at home, we should be very understanding. While they're trying to conspire and cover up their crime, they'd like a little bit of privacy. So let's fast forward to when they turn it back on.
Can I answer a question?
Let's get him off the bridge.
Yeah.
Start working the crowd for Wednesday.
Okay.
See if anybody's got it on video.
Okay.
I know.
Sorry, I just ran here. I shut the bridge down and ran here.
All right, Nick, you're still being detained.
For what?
So we're investigating criminal terrorizing right now.
I didn't terrorize you.
You're still being detained. Okay. Nick, you're being. I know. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, you're still being detained. We're investigating terrorizing, so you're going to be with Officer Dirty. So that's what's happening right now, Chief.
No, I was just sitting here setting up.
I'm going to go see
me. I ain't saying
You're
nothing.
working on those.
You guys are screaming at me and I said something back. Yes.
Let's get him off the bridge before this crowd turns on him.
No, I'm not leaving. I have every right to be
You
here.
are. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back. Last time I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll leave then. I'll
You're
leave.
under arrest. Put your
For
hands
what?
behind your back.
For okay, what am I under arrest for? What am I under arrest for, sir? Dude, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Dude, what am I getting arrested for? Can you answer that, please?
Take this off so it doesn't get broken, okay?
What am I getting arrested for?
Nick, I don't know.
Well, can he answer me? He's the one arresting me. I have the right to know, don't I? So why am I not?
Get him off the bridge.
My scooter and shit, dude.
Yeah, well, you got it off.
Dude, what am I getting arrested for? Can you just answer?
Gun, dude. Look at all those
That's
people.
not a gun. It's not even a gun.
Doesn't matter.
And
People
it's
thought it
legal.
was real.
And it's legal.
So let's take a look at this next part. Now that Nick is arrested, police can conduct a cursory search of his person, his pockets, to make sure that there's no illegal weapons or contraband. They can take those items like his wallet, his watch, his cell phone, his body cam, and put it in an evidence bag for inventory. But they can't touch it or go through it without a warrant or his consent. But that's not going to stop Sergeant Nutter, without consent or a warrant, from taking Nick's body cam, scrolling through it, and then eventually deleting all of his footage on the side of the road while its owner was still illegally handcuffed. Take a look.
You can't arrest me for that. You can't. No, don't confiscate my body camera.
Is this on?
Yes.
Perfect. We'll write a warrant. We'll get it.
I'll show it to you. You don't need a warrant. I carry that for that reason, dude. I didn't say nothing to them. I didn't terrorize them. I didn't even tell them I had it.
Evidence.
They seen it. When have you ever seen me threaten anybody, dude? Can I get my phone at least so I can
Grab it.
Can I please just get my phone?
Watch his stuff. Keep walking.
Fucking bullshit, dude. We're the guys that support you guys. Are you kidding me? What am I getting arrested for? What am I getting arrested for?
Face it away.
What are my charges?
Face away from me.
What are my charges?
Well, you know at the station.
Under arrest? What's up? Under arrest? No, not under arrest. No, well, you're gonna be getting a lawsuit for what you just did to me on that bridge. No. What you just did to me on that bridge and embarrassed me like that in front of everybody? Dude, no. I did nothing wrong. And I've given you guys, how many times have we had dealings with you? I've always been respectful for you. Yeah. I understand, we're respectful on the bridge. Yeah, and what did you just do to me on that bridge? If you're willing to have a conversation, I'd like to explain our side of you. No, I don't know. I'm not interested. I don't need your explanation. I need everyone's badge number that was there. I'm for your request and body cameras. I need all my stuff back. Yeah. And you owe me an apology. How about that? How about? I'm not apologizing. You're not apologizing for embarrassing me on the bridge like you did for not having a conversation with you? No. Okay. You want for disorderly conduct. You should have charged me with something. I didn't do anything for disorderly conduct either, so that's what disorderly conduct how? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. So what about the one that grabbed my phone out of my hand? Who's that? What was they wearing? Dude, what? Really now? You didn't give me a chance. Dude, alright. No, you didn't. You walked up and threw me in fucking cuffs. Yeah, exactly. You didn't even act like you were there nothing, but I know. I didn't embarrass you on the bridge like that. Did you only first let's have a conversation. Give me apologize for fucking embarrassing me the way you did. I'm not gonna apologize. There's nothing else to say. Where can I sit? I'm going. Right. I'm not I'll walk you down. Fucking joke.
And as you can see, now the officers are getting their stories together. And I haven't heard this excuse before. Now they're saying they arrested Nick not because he committed a crime, but they arrested him for his own safety. The other protesters were going to be mean to him and gang up on him. They don't sound like the super aggressive type. They called police because he was carrying a firearm without brandishing it in an open carry constitutional state. So it already doesn't shake. But let's go with the narrative. They arrested Nick for his safety because there was only two people on that side of the bridge, Nick and someone else. But they weren't very concerned for her safety. In fact, they took Nick and left her by herself with all these very mean, violent people.
And you guys left me on the bridge by myself in the middle of two rows of people yelling at me. I was the only person up there.
So your excuse for getting me off that bridge so the mob wouldn't turn on me is bullshit because you left someone on the bridge by themselves. Lawsuit, Bubba.
Nick easily remains Maine's most censored man, and Augusta remains Maine's most moronic department. Now let's listen as Augusta makes an even bigger fool of themselves as they try and babble on, saying that the reason body camera footage is so expensive is because Maine state law says they have to censor every face within the footage.
He wanted to get the FOIA request out to you.
Yep.
So we started working on that. Are you familiar with all the FOIA laws?
A little bit.
Okay, so you know the state basically gives you 2 hours free for any of the redaction stuff that we have to do on our end.
Okay.
to give you a ballpark, so the video footage of where Sergeant Nutter comes up and places you under arrest, we did the editing on that. By law, I have to redact everybody's face that's on the bridge out of that because they have a right to privacy.
Yep.
So that 4-minute video of him interacting with you and bringing you to the police car took about 3 hours to redact that video. So again, there's 4 officers that each of them have 16 plus minutes of video. On top of that, the booking room, I haven't even reviewed any of those yet, so I'd have to watch those this morning before I can even redact them, because I have to listen to them before I can redact them.
It is so easy to see that this cop is making it up as he goes along. He's trying to give Nick this insurmountable financial and costly bill to get all this stuff, to scare Nick away from getting the body cam footage. Because if he did successfully scare Nick away, which in this instant it was very unsuccessful, then we wouldn't be watching this footage. We wouldn't be watching them committing this crime, this First, Second, and Fourth Amendment violation. We wouldn't be able to hold them accountable for these crimes. Nick wouldn't be able to sue, and we wouldn't be able to watch them mute their body cam and conspire to remove a citizen from engaging in free speech because they didn't like his free speech. And being a man of the people, I was willing to speak to the supervisor at the Augusta Police Department to make sure I could explain what Maine state law looks like in regards to records request. And I could explain their departmental policy to them. But this is all I got on 2 separate calls.
Hello, you reached the Sergeant's office of the Augusta Police Department.
Hi, is the an officer in or the supervisor back yet?
I'm not sure. I can put you over to the office.
Thank you.
Hello, you reached the Sergeant's office of the Augusta Police Department.
This goes to show me that the Augusta Police Department in Augusta, Maine are as good at violating your constitutional rights as they are at avoiding accountability for their crimes. You can find Maine's most censored man, Nicholas Blanchard, on Facebook and also on X. Let him know Accountability for All sent you. Watch and comment on all of his content. The Augusta Police Department is probably at this moment of the video thinking to themselves, we just have to relax. We can wait out the storm. This will soon be over. They could not be more wrong, because the Black Belt in Tung Fu Accountability for All is going to be teaming up with Maine's most censored man to go down to the Augusta Police Department and figure out just why they did what they did and why they were stupid enough to think that they could get away with it. We'll catch you on the next one, and that's the reason I stopped here today.